Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and today we're back with To Eat a God Part 2, okay? I know it's been a while. I've almost completely forgotten this game. I just remember I got this guy pregnant and we had a kid together, so... And they want to eat me. So that's what I remembered, that's what we're gonna go with. Unum! He says, Clock. Clock. Two hands grab you by the shoulders, urgently shaking you. I went to check on the baby, and there's something off about them. I don't remember the voices I did either. Whoops. You have to blink a few times to fully wake up and understand what the redhead is saying. What? There's something off about the baby. Without another word, Unum grabs your hand and drags you out of the bed. Unum does his best to explain, amid panic and nerves, what's happening with the baby. But you don't understand anything. You just need 5 minutes of peace, please. Just 5 minutes to ponder the choices that led you here. Is it normal for it to move so much? Why is he asking you this, knowing that neither of you has any idea how a baby created from a combination of souls develops? I don't know. Hasn't Septum explained the development process of this thing to you? This thing? It's a baby! You don't know what makes the comment funnier, Unum's face, or the fact that the thing he's clearly pointing at isn't a baby. It's a weird mass. It's a transparent mass that moves as if it were feeling discomfort. And you don't even know if it's capable of feeling anything yet. I think it needs to stabilize. We both have to take it. You hope that Septum told him this and that he's not just making it up. As you approach, you feel an immense burst of heat, not as pleasant as the warmth radiating from Unum's body. No, this heat is unbearable. Put your hand in there. What the hell? Don't put your hands in there. Don't put my hands in there. You don't put your hands down. You don't plan to burn yourself. Let Unum do it. Is your last thought before hearing a rumble, like an explosion. Bad end explosion. Well, that was fast. I died. Okay, get my hands up in there, I guess. Together with Unum, you both place your hands on the mass. You feel a tingling in your fingers and arm, but it doesn't hurt or burn. Well, I guess my baby's a ticking time bomb. Oh my god, he's just like me, Chad! He's a TikToker! So, this is like the birth of a star. You're unable to answer Unum as a flash clouds your eyes. It's so bright that you have to shut them tightly to avoid blindness. An intense heat surrounds and embraces you, as if the sun's rays were piercing your skin, softly kissing you for an extended time. Then the glow ceases. Did I just have twins? When you open your eyes, Unum shouts, "Did it split?" Indeed, the mass is no longer one, but two. You hear the door slam open. My Lady Dway, you can't enter this room without notifying us. I don't want to speak on attack. Eliana grimaces in pain, her lips pressed tightly shut. Unum turns to Dway, entering through the door, followed by Eliana. You don't have permission to give orders in my domain. Give her voice back right now. After this. She got crazy eyes, bro. Dway ignores the order, moving closer to you. I must assist in the birth of these binary stars. Oh my god, they're bi? They're not yours. Septum has ordered me to assist with whatever is needed, and my assistance is needed now. You're not qualified for this. Unum doesn't get a chance to retort as Dway adds, her voice laced with venom. Hello, Queen Puppy Cat! You're very egocentric, especially since those around you are even better than you. Stronger and larger. Clock your category. I changed it to Eat a God. Yeah, I did. Don't worry, I got it. It's to Eat a God. But not suitable for giving space to organic life. Huh. Dway pulls your hand away from the mass and asks Unum for space so that she can do her work. Reluctantly, Unum takes a few steps back with you, and when he deems the distance safe, he moves in front of you, covering your body with his own. You assume it must be for your protection. Dway places both hands on each of the masses, and with one swift pull, a glow far brighter than before emerges. Please don't tell me it's triplets. Unum covers your eyes with his arm. A deathly silence follows, and the room's temperature becomes unbearable. And a baby's cry shatters the silence, followed by a much weaker one. What is this? Like a fisherman, Dewey holds two creatures by their feet. Both cry because of the position they're in. Don't hold them like that. You feel yourself sweating and your vision starts to blur. The hot air only deepens your desperation with each passing second. That's not how you hold them, you brute. Got my babies. No, why do I have babies? It was him who's pregnant. I topped him. Taken aback, Dewey holds the two entities to Unum, who cradles them as one would a human baby. Is this a human? No, they are hybrids. I thought a god already ready to claim their rank would emerge from here. Not this. That doesn't matter. You will have a god ready after a while. I suppose Septum knows you're playing at being human. Yeah, this is my baby. Or his baby. My baby, but he birthed them. Dewey watches the small entities in Unum's arms. The atmosphere is tense. They're yours. You need to give them names. Now. You can't take it any longer, and Unum seems to notice how unwell you are. With a tremor of nervousness in his voice. I'm neither. I'm me. I'm Clock. I'm in the bottom right corner of the screen. Hi, how you doing? It's me, Clock. He asks you to leave the room for a moment. He gestures for you to step out into the garden for some fresh air. See, I'm still here. And chat, you're right next to me, that little cat next to me. And so you do so without a word of protest. Hi, QPC, I said hi. Trudge towards the door leading to the garden and sit down on one of the nearby benches. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Here, the air is fresh, and you don't feel your lungs burning as you breathe in. Oh, that's lovely. You glance at your hands, and something starts to worry you. It's not their color, since Septum also bears those marks. No, what worries you is that you've begun to feel less in them. You have no sensation in your fingertips. The sensitivity in that area is almost non-existent. What the fuck is wrong with my hands? Although you can move your fingers, something inside tells you that sooner or later you'll lose that ability. If you tell Unum about this, will he be able to help you? Honestly, Unum doesn't seem so frightening now, but you suspect it's because you've been with him for a while, and perhaps you've grown accustomed to his odd presence and personality. He's not bad, just peculiar and a bit violent when he's hungry. Could it be viable for you to stay here? If you try to escape, will you have any other option to survive? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna escape. Fuck this shit. I'm out of here. It's now or never. Now no one is watching you. You're practically just a few meters away from your freedom. Who cares about the possible problems you might face out there for being a human? What matters is that you're free. You really are an idiot. Septum cuts off your head. What the fuck? Bad end. Meters from your freedom. He just came out of nowhere, man. Not cool. What the hell? Okay, never mind. I'm staying. Just a joke, guys. It was just a joke, Unum. I'm still your hubby. Yes, it's the best you can do. You don't know what's beyond this garden, nor what the world as society out there is like. There's death. It's death out there. To top it all off, you smell like a human. According to what you've seen and heard, that's not good for you. You're an easy target. Do you already have permission to be outside? You recognize that voice. You lift your gaze and see Septum standing next to you, looking over your shoulder. Oh, wow, that's just really unlucky. So he didn't just appear, he just happened to be visiting. Wow, unlucky. What are you doing here? Greet him, answer his question. Greet him. Good morning. Wait, is it Yowie? I mean, it is because I'm here. So yes, I'm a man. That's a man. My husband is a man. The guy I fucked to have a kid is a man. So, I guess. Septum smiles contentedly. Gay? You're fucking gay. I'm straight as fuck. Answer my question. Oh, right. Unum asked me to go out for some air. The room we were in wasn't very pleasant. Too much heat. I imagine. Humans can't withstand the power of so many stars for very long. Let alone newly formed stars. If you hadn't gone out, you'd probably be dead by now. You want to ask if he's come to see the hybrids, but you're afraid of how he might react. Let's go see them. Unum's hybrids. They're yours, too. No, I don't want to see them right now. Nah, I don't want to see them right now. That wasn't a question. Let's go. Oh, okay. Dick. Are you Clock? Hi, I'm Clock. Nice to meet you. I'm in the bottom right corner of the screen. I'm talking. Yap, 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 yap. The walk back is awkward. Septum makes no effort to engage in conversation, and you're sure that if you speak first without his permission, he'll get angry. Inside Unum's residence, you encounter his wives, who are outside the room. Noticing Septum's presence, all three lower their head in greeting. I'll attack. Has the situation stabilized? Eliana remains silent, and Septum appears to understand why as he gestures with his hands. Her lips relax and she replies. Lady Dway has stabilized the new stars. It is now safe for Clock. Good. The door to the room opens by itself, and Septum makes his way through. Dway, Unum, I remind you that it's crucial for Clock to be present at the most critical moments. I will not tolerate them being taken away from them again. Why does this guy care more about my kids than I do? Dway stands up straight as if a low-ranking soldier witnessing a general's arrival. Septum, my apologies. I asked them to leave because the energy in this room is too condensed. I know, but I need Clock to observe the development of both gods. Are they stable yet? Yes. Okay, Dway, we're leaving now. Unum? Yes. I want an audience with you tonight. Septum exits the room with Dway with a quick look in your direction. Unum doesn't move until he senses that both symbols are far away. Then he smiles. Look. He comes towards you, holding both creatures in his arms. Why do I keep calling them creatures? They're just babies, man. They have a pulse, just like you. Their heart rate is very different from yours. They're so cute. You still can't hold them. Their bodies are still too warm. You could burn your hands. Oh. Well, you have to be content with just watching them closely. As you lean in, you once again notice the heat radiating from both babies' bodies. What are their names? I'd like to wait until they're old enough to choose their own names. Why? I want them to be free. Let them do as they please until... Unum cuts himself off before finishing the sentence. And then he laughs nervously. Septum said they'll grow fast. Maybe tomorrow they won't be this little. Oh. You two spend most of your time taking care of the babies. Well, you instruct Unum on how to care for them as you still can't touch them. And you've confirmed it yourself when you tried to touch one of their cheeks. You burned your hand. Ow. Unum almost calls Quinque to come and heal you, but you've told him it's not necessary. When night falls, Unum excuses himself, saying he must do something important, and he takes both babies with him. He asks you to rest and sleep so that you'll have all the energy you need tomorrow. So you rest. This is a good day. You dream. For the first time in your short existence in this small world, you dream. You are in a dark place, and you hear a voice, but you can't make out what it's saying. Is that the other guy? You don't know how or when, but it's already the next day. And the first thing you see when you open your eyes is your hands. The darkness has devoured more skin. Hey, yo, hello! Hi. Hey. The second thing your eyes spot is Unum lying next to you, watching you intently. You're an amazing creature. I never thought I could be the husband of a human. Husband? You're my male wife! How many steps has this man skipped? Since when does he think that you're in a relationship? Is it like that with all the symbols? Or is it just Unum who has no idea how relationships work? You let out a laugh at how strange it is to be in this relationship. Unum looks at you confused. Okay, do you want to be my husband? Aren't we already? You can't help but let out a laugh from your throat. But we've even had children, and you live with me. According to what I've read, that's more than enough to call us spouses. You let out another laugh. Don't laugh. Alright. I don't know how relationships work among the garden people, but we humans need time and agreements before we can earn that title. Oh, could you explain it to me? There's no book here that explains that to you. You have no trouble explaining to Unum that what it takes to become your husband, although you emphasize that it's different for everyone. If I try, could I be your husband? Yes, maybe no. This seems important. Yes. Yes, you can be my husband, I guess, one day. For now, you're still a male wife, though. Unum smiles, baring all his teeth triumphantly. He's too baby girl. I wanted to show you the rest of my domain today, but Septum said it's dangerous for you to go out. So we'll have to stay in the temple until the stars have grown. I don't want to miss a thing, not a single moment of their development. Are you excited? Of course. Besides, I have you by my side, which makes it even better. We're like the families that Septum loved to watch grow. Oh, we could invite her when she finishes her prayers. Okay. Unum gets out of bed and looks at you excitedly. Oh god, okay, he really is. The girls are taking care of them while we make breakfast. Wow, it seems that Unum is taking Eliana's warrants seriously. Incredible. You walk to the kitchen and Unum performs the sanctification ritual before starting to prepare breakfast. You help him with some tasks, but he does most of the work precisely replicating what the girls prepared the day before. And after a while of cooking, breakfast is ready. Puffing out his chest, Unum looks at the result with pride. But instantly he deflates like a balloon. I miss watching my wives cook. I see you did quite well. Solaris enters the door with a half smile. Oh yeah, this is a polycule, by the way. It seems now that now you'll be the one in charge of cooking, dear. Only if you join me. We'll think about it. Do you need help setting the table? Yes, please. It's strange. This is totally strange. You never imagined that living with them would be so normal. Where did that Unum, so overexcited about everything, go? The one who used to try to attack you at the slightest reaction of your body. What's the catch? Could it be that they'll end up eating you? After all, they are entities that eat human flesh. Are you really playing at being a happy family? Clock? Yes. Can human babies eat at the table? What? Honestly, I can't imagine them sitting at the table with a fork and knife in their hands. Their hands are very small, and they don't have much coordination with them. Well, they have no coordination at all. You take a deep breath before answering, and you remember that Unum is an entity completely opposite to you. He's an idiot, who only knows about humans from what he's read, and God knows what he's been reading. The days pass quickly, faster than you'd care to admit. With Unum and his wives at home, there's never a moment when you're alone. There's always something to do, and it's always something pleasant. Well, not always. Can you peel this? I have to go ask Ignis something. Of course. When you take the knife and the fruit in your hand, you realize that perhaps not only is the color of your skin changing, but also the mobility of your fingers. You find it hard to coordinate and apply pressure, but you can still do it. You're about to finish the peeling when Unum appears behind you, touching your shoulders. You do it better than I do. Ah! And that's enough to distract you, causing you to cut your palm, cut the palm of your hand with the knife. The cut is deep, and blood flows out in concerning amounts. Is he like there, salivating? Then everything descends into chaos. You're thankful that Unum didn't rip your hand off in one bite. Let's be honest. You know that what he really wanted to do at that moment was to eat you whole, from head to toe. Awkward. By the fourth day, little by little, you start opening up to each of Unum's wives. And like the redhead, they're eager to learn more about humans. Thanks to them, you discover that both babies need to be together. They are binary stars, which means they are permanently linked by a tail in an endless dance, Ignis once said. Although there is great concern on the girls' faces when they talk about it, every time you ask them why, they change the subject. On the fifth day, you discover their original names. And if you focus your gaze on the children, you can see a tail. Is it because one of them is going to eat the other? Like they're going to eat the other baby for full power or something? It's a little concerning, but okay. Sirius, that is the name they both share. Eliana explained to you that this is because they were born at the same time. But you shouldn't worry, Because it will only be a name that no one will use after both gods choose their own names. Oh, they choose their own. You can't spend too much time with them in one room because their presence burns your skin and prevents you from breathing normally. At least now you can carry them for a short time, and you can't help but think they're cute. They both resemble Unum. They don't physically resemble you at all, and when you mention this to Unum, he just laughs. You vividly remember the words that came from the sun god at that moment. They both share a heart, and an essence similar to yours. And that is 1,000 times better than if they had an appearance similar to mine. Why? Because now I can feel your heart, accompanied by 2 more melodies. They're different, but theirs comes from yours, and together they create the most beautiful symphony I've ever heard. You still can't believe that Unum said that to you. Every time you remember it, you feel your cheeks warm up. On the 7th day, a Sunday, Septum comes to see your babies. He looks at them for just a second and then turns his gaze to you. Your hands. It's nothing. I'll find a solution for that. Without explanation, he leaves. Now that Septum has mentioned it, Unum says as he approaches to inspect your hands, your hands and arms have changed over time. What's wrong with them? I don't fucking know. What the hell? How am I supposed to know? Say nothing and hug him? Oh. Hey. Yeah? I've been watching Sirius sleep, and I think they dream. They move and make gestures while they sleep. Just imagine what they dream about. It's so easy to distract. He really is just... He's golden retriever energy to the max. Thank you so much for giving me this change. You're truly the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Unum starts to move closer to wrap you in his arms. He's so tall, and his build is so massive that you can't help but feel dwarfed in comparison. His embrace is warm, yet the thought that he could rip a piece of your skin off with his teeth at any moment refuses to leave your mind. I really like having you here. I love your warmth, your scent, and your heartbeat. The fact that you're mortal and ever-changing. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. What do you... Hey, don't put that in your mouth. Unum loosens his grip slightly to take one of your hands. And he inspects it while tracing the scab that has formed on you with his thumb. And how adaptable you are. I don't know which options matter, but we're just saving everywhere. Let me go, please. ... Let me go, please. No, maybe not. Well, I think I found the thumbnail, boys. Without warning, he takes your hand to his mouth and licks it. Your heart is racing, though you're not sure if it's from fear or something else. His face draws dangerously close to yours. But you also make me want to devour you. Remember that time you cut yourself peeling the fruit with a knife? It was terrible. If I didn't like you so much, I probably would have gutted you right then. What kind of comment is that? And why does he say it like it's a compliment? But don't worry. I'll take care of you. Oh, thanks. Hope you like how I taste. Without further explanation than a smile, Unum presses a kiss to your lips. Yeah, he's the son. Of course he's hot. Days pass and you find it hard to believe how quickly the children grow. You've gotten used to calling them the children instead of their original names. Now that they can walk, you spend most of your day in the garden with them, since it's still too dangerous to be indoors with them for long periods of time. The energy they release is very unstable and dangerous for a body like yours. Oh my god, they really are just... Okay, but they're not twins. Weird. They're adorable. It's adorable to see them playing and interacting with each other or with the girls. Oh, their tails are tied. Yet there's something that's been worrying you for a while now. Something that neither Unum nor the girls have shown any interest in explaining or discussing. Oh no. So you assume it's normal, but it still worries you. And the more they grow, the more they tend to stick together, their tails entwined. They can spend entire days clinging to each other's tails. They're gonna eat each other, or they're gonna they're gonna melt into each other or some shit. Ask Unum, ask the girls, don't consult. I feel like the girls would know, but I'm gonna ask Unum. You tell the children you'll be in for a second and that you'll be right back. You search for Unum in the temple hallways and find him in the kitchen with Solaris, who's advising him on how to improve his latest meal. Out of curiosity, you pause to listen to part of their conversation. You need to improve your singing, my son. If you sing off-key, it might even affect the taste. His voice wavers between laughter and tenderness, yet he can't help but let out a small chuckle at the end. Are you telling me I sing badly? Maybe. And that's all it takes for Solaris to burst out with a big laugh she'd been holding back. Clock, do you think I do the chants badly? You jump a little. Can't believe how Unum detected you. It's not that you do them badly, it's just that you're off-key. Avoid the answer and ask about the children. Answer in favor of Unum and ask about the children. Answer against Unum and ask about the children. Why would I avoid the answer? Let's... Answer in favor of Unum and ask about the children. No, Unum sings well. Solaris laughs again, even louder, and between laughs says, There's no need to lie, just to get along. Can I ask something? It's about the children. That alone is enough to get both of their attention back on you, and you don't need a verbal response as they simply look at you waiting for your question. Is it normal for them to have their tails intertwined all the time? It's something binary stars do. Solaris knows more about it. We don't have tails, but according to what Due told us when we accompanied her to the birth of binary stars, the union of both tails is their way of maintaining their gravitational balance. So it also works as a method of communication between the two stars. Yes, exactly. Don't worry, it's normal. There's definitely something horrible gonna happen. They're gonna blow up or something. Spend the rest of the day resting with the girls while Unum takes care of the children. You're no longer afraid to leave them with him, as Unum has proven to be a very good caretaker, incredibly against all odds. Sunday arrives once again, and Septum appears once again. You don't like that you can't be present during the children's growth checkup, but Unum can, so you don't worry about more than necessary, deciding to wait outside the room. About 30 minutes pass, and they still hadn't come out. It's nothing to worry about. After an hour passes, the girls arrive to keep you company. They say nothing, which makes you start to break into a cold sweat. Why are they here? Why do they look so tense? What if they don't pass the checkup? Be quiet, don't even think about it. I'm sorry. What? What will happen if they don't pass the checkup? You're about to panic and scream to ask what they mean when the door to the room opens. Two children come out and run towards you laughing, as if celebrating something you don't know about. Septum walks out with both arms behind his back, with Unum following behind him. Oh, are they more god or more human? Is that the answer? They have their names now. All present, Unum, Alnatak, Mintaka, and Alnalam, must refer to them by these new names from now on. It is strictly forbidden to call them by their original names. An inexplicable pressure runs through your body. From the tension on Unum's face, you know you're not the only one who felt it. Sirius, you may introduce yourselves. Wait. It's strictly forbidden to call them by their original name. But you just did! My name is Noor, and I'm called Shams. Pleased, Septum bids farewell in a monotone and distant voice. Those movements and expression maintain the elegance characteristic of his being. Why is he the only one allowed to refer to them by their imposed names? And Unum isn't allowed to? You fear the reason being such an order, but for now you can do nothing. Hey, you didn't say my name. I could still say Sirius. Can we go to the garden to play? Your attention shifts to the children who look at you pleadingly, their tails intertwined. They must eat first. Oh god. Yeah, let's let them eat. Yeah, they must eat first. The response you get is a chorus of childish tantrums, but they accept, realizing they won't gain anything from it. Life here is not so bad. I'm a strict parent. End of Act 2! Oh! In the process of elaboration, you'll have to wait a while to find out how this ends. Alright. Shams and Noor run down the hallway toward the garden. At all times, their tail remains intertwined. Life here is not so bad. Oh, wow, that's the end of Act 2. Okay. Oh, I didn't know there was more. I mean, I guess I should have imagined there was an Act 3 coming, but... Okay, well... Alright, that's the end of his route. I just want to try some things. Let me go, please. ignores you. Oh, he just ignores you. Don't consult anything. You don't think it's anything that concerning to consult the others about. If it were a problem, Unum would have already discussed it with you to keep you informed. Oh, so it's still the same, huh? Okay. Okay, so those are the same options. Okay. So actually, wow, we are already on 7. Are you for real? That is insanity, dude. What the hell? Wow, that is kind of nuts. Panic and beg for your life. Oh. Oh, we already did that? Did we already do that one? Did we already die to him there? Is there anything else? No. Grind doesn't achieve anything. Okay. Now there is one thing over here. So we go here. Obey and sit down, ask for what he wants. Don't sit and escape. You have standards, darling. So this Unum guy can take his strange fantasy and shove it up his ass. I'm just looking for more endings in the Unum route. You're not here to be his personal clown, period. I'm sorry, but I'm not into playing anyone's games. Having said that, you prepare to run to where the stairs are located. Surely there's an exit nearby. When you try to run, you realize something's wrong. You're not moving forward. It's like you're running on an invisible treadmill. Did you really think you could escape from a sealed area? God, Mother makes her gifts sillier and sillier. I guess she hasn't explained anything to you at all. Damn, that's embarrassing. Releases her creation to the butcher shop without even explaining anything to it. I wish you could see your face. Pathetic. I got excited. To your terror, Unum begins to approach, invading your personal space. Unable to run or advance any further, you can only expect the worst. Oh. With one hand, Unum grabs your wrist tightly and caresses your cheek with the other hand. I won't share you with anyone. Let Septum come up with an explanation. I don't plan to lose the essence. Oh. Oh, he's ripping. You feel your chest being torn apart, a hand searching through your organs for something specific. By the time he finds it, you're already losing your sight. No. Rest in pieces, chat. Goodbye. Goodbye, chat. I'm dead. Bad end. Devoured by the first. Okay. I kind of figured there'd be a bad end hidden in there somewhere. Maybe like there. Maybe use the knife to break the essence. Yeah, let's do this. Use the knife to break the essence. Yeah. So this is when he had the baby, and I gotta put my soul into that. Use the knife. Oh god. Well, I killed my baby. You attack the sphere that Unum holds in his hand. He falls to the ground and you just watch, not believing it worked. A few seconds pass and Unum still doesn't move. GA? You're the first to reject him. He didn't even expect that. Good job! Excuse... What is this? Is that the Roblox smirk? What? What? What is this ending, dude? Okay. Good job. Good end. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. Stab Unum. Here we go. Stab him. Feeling with your hand, you look for the knife that is kept under your clothes. Oh my god! When you feel it, you stop breathing and grab the handle of the knife and stab Unum in the head with all your strength. He stops moving, going completely still. I think he's fine. You notice how the knife has landed perfectly on the redhead's head, even going through the skull. Unum still doesn't move, so you assume he's dead. You release all the breath you've been holding, and you try to remove the knife from Unum's lifeless body. It's stuck. One hand covers your grip on the knife, and pulling hard extracts it. Seeing Unum alive and without a trace of red at the site of the wound is a shocking image. Even more so when that emanates from the place where the knife impacted as a golden liquid. He really thought that was going to help you. Pathetic. With the same knife, Unum decides to finish you without hesitation. It hits the same place where you attacked him, on the head. You lose your life instantly. Bad end. Don't play with knives. Okay. I think the only other thing is refuse to eat it, maybe? Refuse to eat it. Tell me you're not hungry right now, but you have to eat in the morning, afternoon, night. Can't live without it. So Unum does this to keep you alive. Unbelievable. It's not necessary. Oh. He sounds disappointed. Oh? Decline. I can't. You say as quietly as possible, afraid of how he might react. But you won't do it, not even because your life is at stake. His hands release yours slowly, and for a moment, Unum has a serious expression. Alright. Can't believe it. Has it worked? Will he really leave you alone? Will you be able to get out of here then? I see. I have no more reason to keep you here. And I'm not hungry anymore. You can go. Oh. Unum walks you to the front door, staying in front of you the whole time. He doesn't seem upset or anything. But he also doesn't have that light attitude that he's had since you met him. It's strange to see him so calm. He opens the door for you and invites you out. Something is wrong. But you cling to the belief that you were steps away from your freedom. With your head down, you walk through the doorway. And Unum closes the door without saying anything. Now you're outside. You're about 10 steps out the door when you fall, feeling a stabbing pain beneath your knees. You fall and roll in the grass as if it weren't for your arms. Your face would probably be scratched up. You try to stand up urgently, but the pain is so much that you can't do anything but crawl. You raise your head to understand why your legs don't respond. With terror, you realize that your legs are no longer connected to your body. You scream until your throat starts to burn. And feminine laughter joins your screams in an almost angelic chorus. The last thing you see is how several hands are tearing you to pieces. Oh! So his wives just killed us. Bad end. Unum let you die. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know if there's any more endings with the Unum routes. I think that's pretty much it, though. My boyfriend is joining, please be nice. I don't know how much he's going to enjoy the MPreg game, but we're going to load it back, and we're going to start from the beginning of the game, okay? So the beginning of the game was right here. Introduce yourself as the player. Introduce yourself. Ask them to leave. So I think it was ask them to leave, maybe? Wait, maybe I need to load here, actually. Load? Was it this one? It was this one, okay. So Septum, Nulla, and Unum. So we've gone with Nulla, and we've gone with Unum, so let's talk to Septum, I guess. So this is the beginning of the game. Basically, you're choosing who you're gonna romance. Something. I don't know. Well, you've done well. Now comes the hard part. If you want to survive by the time the meeting begins, you must get yourself accepted as an apprentice. Otherwise, your puppet's body will be devoured. Okay. Nulla, you can seal the table now. In a matter of seconds, you stop seeing the redhead and Nulla, leaving only Septum at the table with you. A few seconds of silence pass. You assume that you should take the lead and start the conversation. If not, you fear that he will get bored and eat you. And you can't bear standing still like an idiot under the critical gaze of Septum, which is a little scary. You should think about it a little before making a decision. Wait until he speaks, sit in the chair without their permission, escape. Okay, well, an easy one is to escape, so let's escape. Let's get the hell out of here. You're not gonna lick this clown's boots. You have standards, darling. So that Septum guy can stick his judgmental gaze up his ass. You're not here to be his personal clown. Period. I'm sorry, but I'm not into playing anyone's games. Having said that, you prepare to run to where the stairs are located. Surely there's an exit nearby. When you try to run, you realize something's wrong. You're not moving forward. It's like you're running on an invisible treadmill. Where do you think you're going? You're the first gift that dares to escape from me. If you were with Unum, you would surely be impressed. He would even congratulate you. But it's a shame you didn't choose him. Boo-hoo. The only rule here is to respect your superiors. And you have the audacity to disrespect me. You should thank me for even giving you my time and showing my presence to you. Worm. I have no choice but to punish this offense. I'm sure the others will understand. To your horror, the Septum begins to approach, close but without invading your personal space. Unable to run or advance further, you can only expect the worst. You're the worst gift so far. I had faith that you would be different, but not in this sense. Septum grabs you by the collar and lifts you to his level. Lovely, lovely, I think I'm dead. You try to free yourself, but it's in vain. My chest, man. Don't dig in there. What the hell? Get your fingies out of there. You feel your chest being torn apart, a hand searching through your organs for something specific. By the time he finds it, you're already losing your sight. Oh, God. Bad end. Devoured by the 7th. This game has a lot of death. Okay. Wait until he speaks. You don't want to risk moving a muscle, nor breathing, nor speaking. Something in his gaze tells you that you should be careful. So now it seems like a staring contest because of how intense Septum's eyes are on you. First one to blink loses. 30 seconds pass effortlessly without either of you blinking, and you're already at your limit. Shit, if you keep this up, you're going to lose. And mama don't make no losers. 20 more seconds pass, you know because you're counting them, and yet Septum doesn't blink or say anything. What a shame. You accept your defeat blinking urgently, which causes Septum to laugh. You can sit now. Cautiously, you take a seat in front of Septum, who smiles at you. Is he really that petty that he just wanted to win a staring contest? He smiles at you, pleased that you complied with much protest. When you settle in the chair, you realize, well, you're not sure what to do or say or what not to say. So you have 3 options. Wait for him to break the ice, beg for your life, or start yapping. Maybe beg for our life. You decide that begging for your life like a goddamn worm is the right thing to do. Well, really, you don't know what else to do, and your shame has disappeared since you agreed to download this game. Bye, Zuri. To add more drama to your plea, you put your hands together and make the face of an abandoned puppy. Please don't let them eat me. You wanted to continue with your begging, but Septum interrupts you with his hand. Lower your voice. But I don't want to hear you scream your pleas. Save them. If you entertain me, maybe I can let you live. You have no choice but to be Septum's personal clown. I'll get straight to the point. I know a puppet when I see one. You have the same eyes, and I can see that their will tends to override your commands. You don't have complete control. Oh, you brace yourself for the worst, that he might gut you or break a bone. But nothing happens. Septum is just watching you. Oh, fear not. Mother does not have access to a sealed place, so she won't punish you. Although his words are intended to calm you down, the effect they have on you is quite the opposite. Water check. The level of synchronization that you have is not complete. You two are not feeling the same, and your reactions tend to contradict one another. If you had complete control, you could interact with this world however you want. A total immersion, not limited like the one you're experiencing behind that screen. Hey, stop that. I'm sure Nulla has already found out, so we must act quickly. I can help you. You will follow my commands if you want to survive. When Nulla removes the seal, don't move. Oh. I'm gonna accept for now. No, decline? Feel pressure in your body and assume it's Nulla. Suddenly, they appear in the positions they were before. Nulla is standing on one side of the table and the others are seated. Nulla looks disappointed when asking how it went, quickly understands that they haven't taken you on as an apprentice. He shakes his head slowly as he looks at you. It's not long before the sound of trumpets is heard at the entrance of the dining room. The other symbols have arrived and everything becomes chaos where time and space mix, preventing you from fully understanding what is happening. But you're sure of one thing, and that is that they are tearing you apart little by little. Aw, no CG for this? For some strange reason, you can't help but feel it. You're not allowed to leave this world until the last piece of your body is devoured. Fingers, arms, legs, and feet are torn from your body. Then your organs. Hurts. but you can't scream. It burns, but you can't cry. Then your eyes stop seeing, and all you can do is listen and breathe with difficulty. You hear laughter and conversations that you can't understand. Oh God. When it's over, the only thing you feel is Nulla touching your shattered soul. You can try again if you want. Bad end. Devoured by symbols. Oh, good. Lovely. Oh, good. Let's accept. You accept in the hope that you can stay alive. You will do whatever it takes to live. You earn a smile from Septum upon hearing your response. Nulla must be about to remove the seal. You nod your head. Not even 3 seconds pass when you feel strain. Okay. Nulla and the redhead materialize right where you saw them last. Nulla standing on one side of the table and the redhead sitting next to Septum. As if they had always been there. Septum looks at Nulla with a long face. Noticing this, he speaks faster than usual. I see that you didn't like the gift very much. You could give it to me, and I'll tell Mother to exchange it for another one. He sounds anxious. It seems that it is not of the highest quality. Unum thinks the same, so I suppose the others will think so too. Nulla begins to approach you with the intent to take hold of your arm. His gaze doesn't leave your figure. There's no need. It will go with me to my domain. Talk to Mother to bring another gift. I doubt it will take more than 5 minutes. Sorry, but I cannot tarnish Mother's name with such a mediocre offering. Nulla grabs your arm tightly and attempts to talk to you. Play along with me. It's not safe. But Septum stops him by striking Nulla from behind. Son of a... Oh God, he fingered him, dude. In the blink of an eye, Septum pierces Nulla's chest. I won't let you ruin it. And with disdain, he pushes the black-haired man's body to the side, causing him to fall with a thump. Nulla lies on the ground, coughing up blood. I said I'll take it with me. Unum urgently gets up from the table, but decides not to approach them. Wow, Septum, we're in public. If anyone were to see you... Shut your mouth, Nulla. You can tell the others I'll be busy. The terror you feel freezes you into place. It seems accepting Septum's offer wasn't the best idea. But in a way, you thank the gods that Septum's wrath isn't focused on you. Although you feel a little bad that it had been on Nulla. Septum turns around in order to be able to see you face to face, and without explaining anything, he touches your forehead delicately. Your vision blurs. You suddenly stop hearing Nulla's labored breathing and the ambient noise of the dining room. Oh. And then give way to total darkness. You wake up to the feeling of falling. And then you realize you're in a warm, spacious bed. The first thing your eyes see is the huge window that is located on the side of the bed. You assume it's daytime because of the light coming in, but it's strange that you can't see anything more than brightness outside the window. Suddenly, what happened comes to mind, and you hurriedly look for any trace of Septum. But there's no one in the room but with you. Okay. We're coming up on a lot of saves right now. Investigate the room, stay here and wait, and leave the room. Let's leave the room. Let's see what happens. You inspect the room in hopes of finding an exit. There's a door and some windows. You approach the door, hoping to find it open. When you touch the doorknob and turn it, you realize that it is not locked, so you can get out. Exit cautiously, trying to make as little noise as possible. When you leave, you find yourself in a hallway where at the end, you spot a room. You walk in the direction of that room. Where are you going? I can't let you go. If you want to escape from here so badly, then go ahead. I don't feel like dealing with someone who has no interest in me. After all, Mother can make another puppet. I'll do you the favor of finishing you off quickly. Ah! Septum pierces your chest without hesitation and quickly pulls something out of it. Dude, stop killing me! Try to identify what he took, but your vision becomes blurry. Bad end. Without interest, things don't work. Yeah, it's gotta be mutual respect. Investigate the room. Get out of the bed with difficulty. Room is disgustingly spacious, with an atmosphere that reminds you of a hospital. All white with no traces of any other color. Nothing found here evokes any sense of belonging or trace of personality. It's weird. I see you've already woken up. It's time for breakfast. Septum is near the window with his hands behind his back. You have no idea where you came from, and it's giving you goosebumps. It seems you take more time than necessary to answer him because Septum grimaces irritated. Did you hear me? You nod. Okay, let's go. Septum puts his hands together, and the place begins to change. The bed and room transform into a dining room with the same color palette. Hi, Sonic the Fish. This seems cool. Yeah, it's a visual novel about dating a god that wants to eat you. Yeah, they want to eat us, but we're gonna try to riz them. I don't know about dating. This one we might not be able to date. We might just be able to stop him from eating us. We've been eaten by him 3 times now. You fall into a chair in front of a table that already has plates and food served to top them. Septum is seated in front of you. The puppet hasn't eaten anything for more than 24 hours. You must eat, otherwise the puppet won't work properly. For some reason, although you couldn't explain why, it seems like he was speaking from experience. You don't dare do anything since Septum hasn't given you permission to start eating. You don't want to tempt fate. You can eat. While eating, you realize something strange. Septum no longer has that voice that resonates both in your body and mind. And that somewhat unstable and at the same time inorganic voice. It's normal now. You don't think it's a good idea to ask him. It might be disrespectful to talk about that kind of thing. I don't like that we have the puppet interfering in our conversation. But it is essential to be able to connect you to this world. I respect you. Being an entity from a higher plane, you probably have more power than me or Mother combined. Could even be very similar to the power of the Creator. Unfortunately, that power cannot be demonstrated right now, since you are only visiting here. You'll probably forget this world when you cut the bond with me. What was that? A voice slipped into your thoughts. You don't like this. I need time. Time for what? Oh, the loading screen is still death. Time for what? I need you to explain to me what's happening. Enough, just do what I say. Do what I say? I need you to explain to me what's happening. I understand that for someone unfamiliar with the garden, it may be difficult to grasp. But what would be the point of knowing everything instantly, I promise I'll explain everything to you when I know you're what I'm looking for. For now, all you need to know is that we need time to make the change of vessel and become a perfect being. You, Clock, are what I need. But the more time passes, the more independence your puppet will acquire, and we need their permission to make the change. That will be a problem if you don't know how to control them. Septum is lying. I would never go against you or disobey your commands. Clock, I am here to serve you. Don't believe him. Septum lets out a small laugh as he watches your reaction. You should be more careful. They are already starting to disengage from you. And if that happens, you will no longer be of use to me. The blonde gets up from the table and examines his hands for a long time. See you at lunch, and in the meantime, you can roam around my domain as you please. Septum leaves the table, taking the now empty plates somewhere else. You assume it must be to the kitchen. You wait for Septum to appear again, as you can't believe he would leave you unsupervised. He gives you a free pass to do whatever you want, but he doesn't appear again. You stand there, collecting your thoughts, analyzing everything you've been told and everything that has been happening. Septum wants to give you complete control, complete synchronization with this body, but I don't understand what he would be gaining in return. He's not trustworthy. You need Nulla. Do you need Nulla? Nah, no. You don't need Nulla. Whatever your answer, you don't know if Nulla is still alive or not. So you must remain on your own for now. Ah, I see. You spend your time walking through what appears to be a temple. Well, they have a bunch of statues of Septum and paintings with religious allegory. And inside it you find a bunch of doors. Oh my god, dude, there's so much. Investigate the doors. Go to the front door. Go to the door in front of you. Sure. When you open it, you find that it leads to a hallway. Decide to see where it leads you. You walk. Continue walking down the hallway. But if you feel like you're not moving forward, although if you look back, you can no longer see the door you came in through. Continue walking now, paying attention to the walls and decoration of the hallway. It repeats itself after a while. There's no point in continuing. Turn around and go back the way you came. Takes you a little while, but you manage to reach the initial door. Okay, go to the back door. You go to the door behind, which is guarded by 2 statues with the figure of Septum. You expect the door to be closed, but surprisingly it's not. When you open the door, you realize that it's darker than it really should be in there. It's not because you're a coward, but you're not going in there. Go to the door on the left. Go to the door that is to the left of the altar. It's locked, you need a key. Find the key. Must be something to open the door. Okay, go up to the 2nd floor. Go to the 2nd floor. You search the whole place, but at first glance there's nothing interesting. In one of the drawers you find a key and several documents that seem important. Put the key in your pocket because it seems important, but they are written in a language you can't understand. Oh. So now we go back to the door on the left. Go to the door that is to the left of the altar. It's locked, you need a key. Use the key. Maybe the key you found on the 2nd floor can be used to open this one. When using it, the lock clicks. It's open. Wonderful. Inside, you find a room very similar to the one you woke up in today. The only difference is that there is someone lying there. Oh, it's his room. You approach and find Septum sleeping. Realizing your mistake, you try to walk away without making a sound. But Septum opens his eyes before you can do anything. Oh, is this his puppet? Who are you? What? Doesn't he remember you? Septum quickly gets out of bed to place both hands on your mouth. Don't say his name! You try to shake his hands off, but it's useless. We are not in his presence, so please do not summon him. He, seeing that you calm down a little, releases his grip, slowly uncovering your mouth. Where did you find the key? I found it just in a drawer, bro. Answer. On the 2nd floor, hidden in the drawers there. Oh. Wait a moment. He comes closer to you, look carefully. His gaze is directly into your eyes, and what he seems to take his breath away. This is clearly not Septum. There's something different about him. You're also being controlled by a higher being. Pardon? They're using you like a puppet. It can't be. The entity that is not Septum takes a few steps back, dejected by the situation. It's the first time someone is inside the temple. The entity that is Septum's body sits on the bed and motions for you to do the same. This is his body, his puppet. He looks nervous. Water. Noticing that he doesn't seem to be a threat, you sit down, just to know what's going on. It's strange to see Septum's face with that expression. It even seems cute to you. Can't help but stare at his cute face. At this, he seems to get more nervous. A giggle escapes you accidentally. What's so funny? He wants to look imposing, but doesn't work. If he really was Septum, he wouldn't be hesitating like he is now. You're cute. Yeah, you're cute. Riz. You just met me, and that's the first thing you can think of to say. You're strange. I think I understand now. He wants to have the entity that is controlling you. Sooner or later, he would replace me. Can I ask you a favor? You nod, mostly because you want to know what he'll ask of you. He has some documents in the Void Room. There must be the document of my birth with my name. Please look for it. That will give you freedom if you do. And you can escape from him. Escape from Septum? Sounds like a good offer. The entity begins to cough, as if choking. You must go. Without another word, he stands up and pushes you out of the room. You stare at the door for a long time. You knock a few times, but there's no response. Go to the 2nd floor? Okay, I already did that. I got the key again. Go to the door on the left. Use the key. Oh, wait. It's open. I can repeat this whole thing? Wait, Who are you? Wait a moment. Comes closer to look at you carefully. Gazes directly in your eyes and... You're cute. Okay. I like how you can just repeat it. Okay, go to the back door. Go to the back door. Go in there, man. Go in there. Okay, let's just wait until lunch. Septum's eyeliner is slaying. Damn. You wait for the hours to pass. You doze off thinking about what happened with Nulla and why Septum knows about you, but you find no answer to either of the questions. Oh, can I actually... I need just a second, okay? Sorry. Hi. Hi, it's me again. Sorry, I just had to go get a package at the door. That's pretty much all I just needed to do. I just ran to go grab it and come back. And then I texted to make sure they knew I got the package. Now, where were we? Time passes quickly enough to surprise you with Septum's arrival at the altar. Were you guys just staring at this guy the whole time? He's just staring you down. You wait for him to speak so you can talk. It's time for lunch. You're tempted to ask why he puts so much emphasis on sharing meal times with you. If he's worrying about you eating, then there's no need to sit down and eat with you. You suspect it will be like this for your entire stay. Septum teleports you to the dining room again, where the two of you are greeted by the dishes already placed on the table once more. Septum waits for you to start eating before he does. He doesn't seem very willing to have a conversation, but you can't help but think there's something strange about his attitude. His aura is not the same as the one he had inside that room. His behavior is totally different. Here it shows a confident mask, but there a complete opposite one. So that's obviously his puppet. So I'm going to say nothing. Don't say anything. You don't want to risk your life by asking, so you decide to remain silent for now. Septum shows no interest in starting any kind of conversation, so you eat in silence. Septum eats slowly. He seems totally disconnected from the action, as if doing it automatically. Your eyes have been on my face for a long time. Something wrong. Yo, hi Ruby. Can I get a hydrate check? Good water. I love water. Hydrate or dihydrate, chat. Eat in silence. Talk about light topics. The most scary thing ever. Talk about light topics. It's no big deal. It's just that I feel like there's a lot of silence. What a name for a game. Yeah, to eat a god. There's a little bit of weird stuff in this visual novel. I won't lie. I've been eaten out like 5 times. Does it make you uncomfortable? Don't know. It's not that you don't know, it's just that you don't know what to answer so as not to make him angry or make him feel like it's disrespectful. You're terrified that you won't answer in the way he thinks is right. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. You have complete freedom to talk to me however you please. As long as it's you, Clock, not the puppet. I'm here to serve you. Ask questions, eat in silence. I'm gonna ask questions. How do you know about the bond that me and Clock have? I feel like that's a bad question. Me? Who the fuck is me? I'm Clock. What happened to Nulla? Septum looks at you with a small smile. More than 5 eat-outs? Yeah, and when I say eat out, I mean more like he ate my heart out. He's fine. Nothing he can't stand. You pierced his chest. It was nothing serious. Just a little warning. To kill him would take more than just that. A shame. What do you want? Oh yeah, they fight each other for me too. Yeah. They fight for each other too. Septum looks at you with a serious face. Don't be so anxious. We'll talk about it later. Who's Mother? Septum sighs. Mother is the garden itself. She's in charge of holding everything together, and we are her source of energy. How do you know about the bond that me and Clock have? Septum furrows his eyebrows before answering. Me and Clock? Who is me? Clock, I will be clear. The next time I see the puppet detaching itself from you, I won't hesitate to break it. I don't need another one with a conscience of its own. I have enough with It doesn't matter. Stretch check! Nice. Good stretch. Ugh. Did I just crack my neck? Feels amazing when you crack the neck. You don't want to stretch with too damn bad. You better stretch it before I stretch you out. Yeah. Yeah, I will. I will stretch you out. I will go to your house, Break that back backwards, okay? Well, we're serious about stretching in this house, okay? You choose. Me or you. Okay, you choose. Who's gonna do it? Oh, gay king, just keep your grippers away? No. In fact, my toe grippers are coming for your ass. Yeah, I'll give you a foot job. Yeah, foot job to stretch you out. After all, mother can make another vessel. Yeah, chat. Yeah, you better be ready for that shit if you don't stretch right now. I better hear some jumping jacks. I better hear some bones cracking, okay? Everything. Stop asking. When finished, Septum takes the plates and disappears without first saying that you'll meet again at dinner. You're already getting bored with the little interaction you've been having. Wait, and nothing interesting has happened so far. If you had gone with Unum, well, you have to pass the time somehow. If I had went with Unum, we would have end-pregged him. So I'm glad we went this way. Let's try escaping again. Escape, escape, escape. You walk around the entire length of the temple, looking at each of the accessible doors in each of the windows. Several doors lead to the same garden, but you still don't feel confident enough to leave. You intend to try little by little. You walk a few steps, then upon exiting through the door, nothing happens. Then you walk until your feet touch the grass. Nothing happens at that point either. You turn back so as to not raise suspicions. Huh. Take another walk around the temple, looking through the windows. After a reasonable amount of time, you return to your goal, escaping. Go out through another door that leads to the garden, and this time you run in the direction of what appears to be a forest. You run and run. You run so much that you're starting to lose your breath, so you decide to rest in some bushes. In the distance, you see a shadow on the ground. It appears to be a snake heading in your direction. Holding in your scream, you remain completely still. And you close your eyes. You shouldn't have done that. You don't recognize that voice. It's a hoarse female voice. You instantly open your eyes to see who it is. And what greets you is the figure of an entity covered in a veil and robe-like clothes. Oh! I don't think I want to pet this snake, chat. She carries a scythe that she lifts high into the sky. And it's the last thing you see. Bad end! Knowing the second. I don't think it was a snake. I think it was another god. Let's run that back. Investigate the doors. The doors, the doors, the doors. Look for Septum's puppet. Search the documents. Find something to kill Septum with. Oh man, there's so much to do. Let's try finding something to kill Septum with. You look everywhere, and you find a knife. Oh, nice. I can do everything. Search the documents. You wonder why Septum has documents that could jeopardize his integrity. You don't really think that finding these documents could be easy, but you don't lose anything by trying. You assume the void room is that pitch black room. So you go there. You take a deep breath and open the door. You can't see anything. You enter at a slow pace with great care. You place both hands in front of you to avoid colliding with the wall or any object in front of you. You feel like you bump into something when you touch it. You realize that it seems like a small table or a desk. You wouldn't know for sure. That emote is adorable. It's so cute. Ruby, your emotes are great, by the way. I don't know who you get to do your emotes, but they're really good. They're really funny. I like them. Good job. I need to find a new emote artist, actually. Because I need to get some new emotes done, eventually. Try to find something that seems like paper, but there's nothing on it. You search and search, but there's nothing. That is until you feel something like a box. But it doesn't open. It seems to have a lock. Use the key. The lock in your clothes. You look in your clothes for the key, praying to the gods that it also works for the box. It's a little difficult for you to put it in the lock, but when you do, click. It has been opened. You reach in and take out a bunch of papers. You take all of them. Okay. Look for Septum's puppet. You walk directly to the temple to find the door near the altar. You use the key. You open the door and there he is sleeping. Decide to wake him up. Hello, it's good to see you again. Do you have the documents? Yes or no? Yes. This is good, right? You show him all the papers you've taken from the room. Some you can read, but others you can't. They appear to be documents and birth records from various entities. Almost like classification cards. Entities with names and ID-type photos. Why does Septum need this? You both look through the documents carefully. As you rifle through document after document, one catches your attention. The photograph of the entity next to you stands out. On the side of the document, his name appears. Raphael. Is that your... He puts both his hands on his neck with a pained expression. Yeah. While he hasn't fully responded, he's confirmed it to you. That's his name. As best he can, he signals to you that you should get out of there. You have to say it when he offers you the deal. That's when he's vulnerable. Oh. With that, he slams the door in your face. I guess we wait for Septum. Okay. Time passes quickly, and this time you witness Septum materialize before the temple altar. But now you've gotten used to it, so you don't get startled. It's time for dinner. Are we going to follow this routine every day? Clock, were you the one who asked that question? Lie to cover up the puppet, tell the truth, use the knife. Let's try using the knife. This'll go well. You search through your clothes for the knife you found, but before you can even take it out, Septum stops you with his hand while clicking his tongue. He looks disappointed. I didn't think you were so naive. Oh god. Septum takes the knife from your hands. Oh god. And he smiles. Stop! The last thing you witness is how Septum thrusts the knife into your body, taking your life away. Oh. Bad end. You can't kill a god with a knife, dummy. I can try. Tell the truth or lie to cover up the butt. Let's tell the truth. No. I see. I'll have to do something about this. Although, seeing that you still have the ability to make a decision that goes against the puppet's wishes, the penalty won't be fatal. Septum smiles in a grim manner. Oh, don't worry. It won't hurt you, Clock. This will teach your puppet to respect your wishes. Septum forbids you to move with only the snap of his fingers, and he begins to approach you, smiling. His angelic face is an antithesis to the aura he transmits. One of his hands rests on your jaw, gently taking it and squeezing your cheeks hard, causing your mouth to open automatically. Out of respect for you, Clock, I won't do it in such a crude way, but I want you to know that I really like to get my hands dirty. Oh! Septum rests his gaze on your mouth for a moment, and as you blink, you feel your mouth fill with a hot liquid, and a stinging pain arises from where your tongue should be. It hurts and burns at the same time. Every second that passes is agonizing. Not only because of the pain, but also because you don't understand what's happening or why it's happening. Nor can you move to inspect the liquid that fills your mouth and dribbles out of it. When you try to talk, something doesn't respond. Something is missing, and it's not your voice, it's my tongue. Because you can scream, but you can't modulate words. Oh, I think you've already realized. At this point, I see no purpose in having a tongue that acts on its own and speaks without its owner's permission. Oh no! No, Clock, don't worry. I know that I broke part of your toy, but don't worry about that. Soon you will leave this piece of meat to exchange it for me. Plus, you can still make decisions. Look, I really want you to understand what's happening and why you are vital to the garden's recovery. And I wouldn't want to omit vital information for your decision-making when the vessel change begins. I will implant my memories into the puppet to make it simple. Your blood-red fucking hand. Septum places his left hand on your forehead. You can skip the information below if you're not interested. I think you have something to do with that. Nulla once talked about it. The skip button. I think that's its name. Did you just break the fourth wall? Yes. Again, I mean, you broke the fourth wall really hard. Why is his hand red? Might have had to do with him shoving it down my throat. In the beginning, everything was darkness. Nothingness was itself. When the creator arrived, there was light. This game is such a fucking trip, man. One minute we're like M-pregging a god. The next I'm trying to riz another and he's eating me out. And now I'm learning about how the world was created. Genesis. That's cool. And that was where my existence began. Although having light, It allowed us to see the shadows. It was there that we realized the existence of Nulla. He who had been in this place before my existence, and the creator's arrival in the garden waiting. Nulla and the creator were talking for a long time, and I still, a being without knowledge of anything, did not understand them. It does have really great world building. I think I missed the Mpreg? You did miss the Mpreg, unfortunately. There was also an ending where I killed my own my kid, so that I could kill the guy who I Mpregged. That was a good ending. But I am sure of one thing, and it is that Nulla seemed to not respect the creator. He treated them as equal, raising his voice and even putting his dirty hands on them. Then the creator gave me the mission to create the symbols to keep the garden running. So that's what I did. On Monday, I gave life to the sun, but you know it as Unum. Oh yeah, that's the guy I Mpregged, by the way. Tuesday was the firmament and the stars, Due. On Wednesday, the earth and the planets were created, Tria. On Thursday, the moon was created. Quator was just as bright as the sun at first. It's a shame the fight Unum started. Unum. Before putting order, everything was chaos. If only I could have intervened. Maybe Quator would still have her 4 eyes. By taking away 2 of her eyes, the moon stopped shining, and now rises when the sun sets. Oh! That's kind of interesting lore. On Friday, all creatures were created, and a symbol was set up to represent them. Quinque. Finally, on Saturday, my dear Septum was born along with humanity. Sex. Sunday was a day of rest. I spent all day observing the operation of the garden, but I did not have a physical body to experience everything I had created. For a long time I was like this. Until Septum told me about transfusing my essence into a human. But to do this I had to leave my existence behind and start living as a human, so I did. I instantly realized my mistake. When humans are conceived, they are given a soul that is distributed by the garden or mother. Making the transfusion results in a mixture of the human soul and the essence of the deity that makes it. So this body is not completely mine. I guess you're wondering why I need you. I no longer have control of the garden. After the creator vanished, the garden began to wither. The first sign was the disappearance of the children of Septum, the humans who gave us genuine devotion. In the chaos, Nulla reappeared and filled me in on everything about our world and the creator. Then he taught me of the existence of other worlds abandoned by the creator in a state equal to ours. But the difference is that they had humans, so we implanted ourselves in their culture. We consumed their devotion directly, every last Sunday of the month. But with you here, it won't be necessary to continue with this. If we unite in transfusion, you will grant me the authority to manipulate the garden for myself. No, at our whims. We can save this world, and prevent Nulla from destroying everything. Look. None of the symbols knows the sad truth that we are nothing more than a world that pretends to be organic. All they know is that our world is dying. To you it may be a game, but for me and my people it is our home. Even though everything is a lie, I want them to live in the best conditions, for the garden to return to what it once was. I want to do everything possible to avoid the inevitable. Now that you know, do you accept the deal? Oh, I have a secret option here, right? Nulla wants to destroy everything, but is accepting Septum's deal the right thing to do? It doesn't seem so bad as you thought. Maybe it's just a bit maladaptive. After all, he does what he believes is right, always following etiquette and rules because that's all he knows. But on the other hand... So, reject and summon Raphael, accept or decline. I'm gonna decline. Just see what happens. Septum doesn't hesitate for a single second before making your head explode. Oh! Bad end. ... Did you really fucking think that would work? Yes, I did. Except, let's not have my head explode this time. We'll do the other option later. Dang. I hate when that happens. When my head explodes. Fuck. You accept by nodding your head. That I still have. You can no longer speak due to the lack of your tongue. I guess chat, they should have titled that ending, So No Head. Although, it doesn't hurt as much anymore. Septum extends his hands to you and you take it firmly. You feel like electricity is running through your body. And Septum's smile grows bigger with each passing second. I'll start with the preparations. After that, Septum teleports you to your room to end the day. And as you settle into bed, he tells you that tomorrow you'll dine without his company until dinner. And he leaves the room without further explanation, politely saying goodbye to you. Oh. Close your eyes, hoping to fall asleep instantly. But it takes you a while. Oh. Who the hell are you? You see a figure appear in the darkness. But when you focus your eyes on the figure, it vanishes. The shock makes you fall to the ground. Ow. Ah! A woman! Ah! It's kind of pretty, though. Hello, Clock. I see that you have made a decision. There's no point in insisting any further. I suppose Septum's ideology has always been the right one, and our plan is the most selfish and easiest to execute. Who are you? Why do you speak to me? You hear a dry laugh. What? Can't a mother have a conversation with her child? Your mommy? I'm the mother of your puppet, the first puppet made from my flesh and fragments of Nulla's soul to be able to contain you. And likewise, I am the mother of the garden. I can only communicate with Nulla thanks to the stupid laws decreed by the Creator. So the only communication I have with the outside is with Nulla. And no, he's not very open to hearing other solutions now that you're here. But I can reach you thanks to the puppet, and with you here out of Nulla's reach, I can get what I want without harming anyone within the garden. If you get the chance, tell Septum to let me go. If you speak with Septum, perhaps he can come up with something to get me out of this damnation. Have you been condemned? Yes, it was the Creator, or Father, whichever you call him here. He and I were equal, both omnipresent deities created by a being from the higher plane. Although it's not worth discussing this being, since no one here can lay hands on him, as is the case with you, Clock. What happened was that the Creator, seeing my history, deemed me dangerous to the inhabitants of the garden for having opened my Nulla's eyes in times past. Therefore he condemned me to be segregated and to sustain the garden with my body. I both love and hate the garden. I am alive because of it. I have a connection with every entity in the garden, each and every one. I feel everything from 1 to 7. I feel their agony. I make placebos. I bring humans with Nulla's help. All to avoid feeling their collective pain, even if it means breaking my physical body over and over again. It's useless. I can't get out of here. I can't protect my children. I can't even have a conversation with them. And yet I know them like the back of my hand. I know Due's worries. I know Tria's anger. Quinque's loneliness. And I know how broken Septum is. I can feel and hear their prayers, desperately begging their father to come back and fix everything. But he is not going to come. He's too proud for that. And honestly, he doesn't care. Septum is just one among many. Mother sighs heavily and her aura shifts. I have no problem letting the garden keep living. But my individuality, my being, and omnipresence can no longer endure. So please, tell Septum to strip me of my individuality. Just leave my body in the void, eternally in an endless cycle of destruction and regeneration. I know my body in essence must be present, but my individuality is not necessary. I know Septum can do something now that he has you here. I trust he can fix it. Now that he has new eyes that are not tied to the Creator, they can heal and eliminate all of the Creator's curses. And if you get the chance, I want you to break the eyes of each of the symbols, including Septum's. I won't risk that bastard noticing the change of command, because I don't know how he might react. Something prevents you from staying in the dream. It's Septum's voice heard in the distance. My brain break. I kind of understand what's happening, so they're breaking the fourth wall a little too. I guess because we're the player character, we can change who's top dog in the game. You open your eyes abruptly, searching for the cause of the near mini heart attack you're experiencing. Septum is nowhere to be found in your room. Must have been part of the dream. Clock, it's time for the puppet to go eat. Or perhaps not. You struggle to get up. It seems you haven't rested at all. You walk through the corridors like a robot, knowing exactly where the dining hall is. Upon arrival, dishes appear in the blink of an eye. Today, I won't dine with you. How strange. You sit down and eat in silence. Bite after bite, you finish your breakfast. Unsure what to do, you get up. Oh, I'm already at max saves? Oh no. Let's go all the way to 2, I guess. Find Septum or wait until dinner. Let's find him. You have nothing to do but search for Septum. That's either it or wait until dinner to end the day. This is starting to bore you a bit. Let's look around a bit. You roam the entire lower level of the temple with little success. The room where Septum sleeps is open and unoccupied. It doesn't even seem to have been used today. And that's strange. You wonder if he might be on the second floor of the temple. After all, you didn't traverse the entire corridor you saw earlier. Making one last attempt, you climb the stairs in search of Septum. You don't hold much hope of finding him. You honestly think he's outside the domain. You walk down the corridor, taking all it has to offer, which isn't much. Till you reach the end of the corridor and come across an open door. One of those should be closed. You hesitate before entering, but Septum said you could roam his domain, and you don't consider it a transgression to enter an open door. It's practically inviting you in. Upon entering, the first thing you see is the multitude of shelves filled with books. There you notice papers on the floor, scattered and abandoned. Looking further, you see Septum at what appears to be his desk. It's spacious, but cluttered with books and documents, hindering its effective use. The eyes on Septum's face don't look directly at you, yet you feel that the eyes adorning his halo do. Clock, do you need anything? After receiving no response from you, Septum narrows his eyes, as if recalling something important, before letting out a mocking laugh. Oh, I almost forgot. Septum laughs softly, as if a joke had crossed his mind. You have no tongue. What a shame. I could regenerate a new one for you, but honestly, you haven't earned it. Be good and maybe, just maybe, you'll earn a new tongue. Septum smiles at you with exaggerated sweetness, but his eyes pierce you with a look that can only be described as cruel mockery. You sigh and Septum returns his gaze to his document. If you've come here out of boredom, you can read something from the library, but you must go elsewhere to read it. ... I can't talk. Not feeling like tempting fate, you head to the first shelf you find and pull out the first book you see. Great, it doesn't even have a title or anything. But you don't want to linger any longer, so you leave the library at a slow pace. Figure that going to your room is the best idea. It's an old book, like a diary. You know it's handwritten, but it features various typefaces within. Appears to be a conversation between two people, although you can't make out its content, since you're unable to read the content. So you focus on examining the drawings. They depict places, entities, and a few familiar faces. Shoes acquired. How many shoes do you own, bro? Oh, there's Nulla. You see Nulla on a few pages. Could it be Septum who wrote this? Upon reaching the final sections, you notice something. And it's the emergence of two names, their appearance varying with the typeface. Do you own Septum and Raphael? This is a conversation between the two of them. You don't have time to think as you feel a strange pressure in your body. As if it were forbidden material, you slam the book shut and stow it in the bedside drawer. 17. No, dude. A lot are broken down, though. No, why are you keeping broken shoes? To calm yourself, you decide to wander the temple to pass the time. Throw out your goddamn broken-ass shoes, man. You're called to have lunch, and afterward you function on autopilot. Accustomed to this routine. Sorry, I'm a little tired today. You wander the corridors in Septum's temple once more, without any particular reason. You pass the library once again, and Septum remains there. You're not so out of it as to bother him again. So you head back to your room. At this rate, you're gonna go crazy. You don't know how many hours have passed, yet Septum's voice interrupts your meditation. Clock, come here for a moment. Septum doesn't wait as you are teleported to just centimeters from him. One boot, one dress shoe. You just have one boot? What about the other boot? And the dress shoe too? But I guess it's a dress, so you only need one for that, I guess. Take 2 steps back to respect your personal space, and you have to tilt your head up to see his eyes. I've convened a meeting with the daughters of the garden. They wanted to meet you. Me or the puppet? The puppet? Listen well, they have no idea that this is just a game to you. You must act as the new creator. Septum's voice trembles slightly, as if the thought of a new creator makes him anxious. A replacement. If you behave, I'll do something entertaining for you later. His smile sends a shiver through your entire body, from your fingertips down to your stomach. Before you go, you must proceed carefully. The space will begin to distort. If it's too much for your puppet, you can... Septum brings his hands to his halo and pulls out one of his eyes. Oh, one of those eyes. Did he just tear out an eye? It's just one of the floating ones. Septum watches you for a moment. This will help recalibrate its senses. Septum offers you the eye as if it were nothing special. Is he giving us an eye? I'm not giving it to you so you can keep it. Having more than 2 symbols in one place creates chaos. And for a mortal body, that's dangerous. Just gave me his eye. Septum closes both his eyes and begins to recite while gesturing with his free hand. I grant part of my essence to Clock's puppet for the duration of the meeting. You'll be an extension of me, and I will be an extension of your puppet. We will be united in a weak temporary bond. Septum opens his eyes again and stops making the weird gestures. If this works, we'll be able to... Septum stops speaking, as if debating whether to continue. Without further explanation, the eye is absorbed by your body, and I feel something change inside me. Clock? Clock, why can't I feel you? I close my eyes, trying to find you, but you're not there. What is this? His voice carries a tint of terror. I wish it had always had that tone. You are an extension of him. What did you do with Clock? Septum grabs me by the shoulders and starts squeezing tightly. Talks to me as if it's my fault and not his. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Oh! The puppet's just murdering. Nice! Let's go! I lunge at him without thinking. Nothing else matters now. Grab one of his wings and pull. And it hurts me too, but I don't care. Throw a punch with the other hand straight at his stupid face. Before my fist can connect with his cheek, he stops me by grabbing my hand with his. Breaking my wrist with one squeeze. Hurts like 1,000 demons and I can't help but scream. The scream makes Septum let go and look at me with wide eyes. I examine the damage to my hand. It's broken. And I can't move the joints in my fingers. My hand no longer functions. No longer useful to Clock if they ever return. It can't be. Septum fixes his gaze on his hand for a moment, then looks at me in surprise. Have I hurt you? Don't know how he expects me to answer without a tongue, idiot. Now look at me. I look into Septum's eyes. If those expression intimidates and disgusts me, I don't want to suffer any more harm. After a few seconds of uncomfortable inspection, Septum smiles. Yo, cool kid, what's up? Your pupils remain white. You're still under their control. Seems we've only diminished that influence. That means they saw me act that way. How embarrassing. I'm not going to heal your hand. And don't think I'll forget this tremendous offense. I swallow hard, imagining the horrific tortures that could be inflicted on me. And he surely will. Huh. The puppet's upset. Alright, come with me. This is, To Eat a God. A visual novel about getting eaten by gods. Septum begins to walk without waiting to see if I follow him. Sighing, I follow him, but Septum stops abruptly and turns to look at me. Wait. It would be odd for the new creator to be injured. They will ask me why. Sextum will surely pester until she finds out. Will he heal me? Can't help but flash a smug smile at him. I'll be fully functional for Clock once again. Ah, I'm so happy. Septum makes a face of disgust but says nothing. And he simply places both his hands on my broken hand. Open your mouth, too. I wince at the sound but obey, clinging to the promise of a new tongue. Strange sensation courses through my body. I can feel the broken and missing parts settling back into place. Thanks, Septum. Septum's expression remains one of disgust. It's laughable. But it fades instantly as if he's remembered something. His face softens into a smile that reveals no teeth. He places one hand on my shoulder to give me 3 gentle pats. Take it as a new opportunity to be broken from scratch. And believe me, it will happen eventually. After all, Clock is a curious entity. Maybe they'll even enjoy reading that. Who knows? Damn, I'm getting called out right now, and he's right. I'm gonna break this puppet's body, dude. After all, Clock isn't the one affected. It's true. We walk in silence after that. The walk is long, with each of our steps echoing throughout the space. The sound of our steps bounces off the walls like an echo that follows us. We arrive at a giant door, which quickly opens to let us through. The space inside the door is strange, dark and unsettling, not like the void of Nulla. It reminds me of the night, full of stars that appear and disappear. Hey, yo, she got 2 heads! Or does she? She's supposed to be, like, looking at us. I can't tell. 2 heads. In the room, there are 4 figures. The ones closest to us are engaged in conversation, as if nothing else mattered. They're very close to each other. I suppose they must have some sort of relationship. They're about to press their lips together when Septum makes his presence known by stepping into the room, and both entities look on curiously. Septum laughs with a hint of tenderness, and it's strange. Due, don't let your guard down. Septum. The voice resonates throughout the entire space. Then the entities fix their eyes on me as if I were some kind of freak. No, they watch me as if I were the main attraction of a circus. Great. The first is a 3-headed entity approaching. Closely behind follows an entity draped in a red robe. The other, noticing this, laughs and takes her hand. Don't be so tense, Due. Both approach us and greet Septum respectfully. With lowered eyes and a slight bow of the head. Horrible. This thing earns no one's respect. Then they look at me. And they gaze at me with the same devotion and respect as they did at Septum. I don't like it. Your clock. Yes. I answer with all the confidence I have. Thank you so much for what you're doing. We never thought we'd be heard by another being as powerful as you. Before I can answer, Septum opens his mouth. This creator isn't very communicative, he says while looking at me with piercing eyes. Okay, I get the hint, damn it. Just like before, huh? There, Due and Quator, the firmament and the moon. I recognize them. They are from Septum's memories. Then the ones on the table must be Sextum and Tria. Don't just stand there, come on. I've prepared tea. Septum walks straight to the table after Sextum's call. The other 2 follow him too, like little ducklings following their mother. If you were here, Clock, everything would be so much easier. I am here, I'm reading. Stop staring at my soul, goddamn you. What the hell? Look at her. We sit at the table, which is laden with all kinds of foods, both sweet and savory. However, no one eats except for Septum. The other entities introduce themselves, though there's something odd about Sextum. Her eyes are fixed on mine, following my every move. But I try to ignore it, smile and keep silent. It's what Septum wants, so that's what we won't be caught in this lie. And that way I'll be able to recover Clock after this meeting. The entities talk about trivialities that don't matter to me and I don't want to hear. But it can be summed up as them telling Septum that they've been up to. Much to my dismay, he listens attentively and responds energetically, and without any passive-aggressive remarks. Incredible. Even his aura seems to have changed. Even though he still has that angelic face, the Septum is not the one I know. Lurking, enjoy it. Yeah, no worries. Hi, Icing. Bye. Who is this benevolent being? What did he do with the original Septum? It disgusts me so much that I long for the Septum I once knew. Honestly, I thought we'd all go crazy before returning to normal. It hurts that you don't have faith in me. It's not that. I know the situation is getting out of hand. Dwayne makes an awkward comment. I'm glad you managed to find another creator. I think our midnight prayers really paid off. I hope this one is more responsible. It will be. When will Septum be able to regain the power to create humans? I have to make some preparations first. That doesn't bother you, does it, Septum? Septum doesn't respond. Her gaze remains fixed on me. How frightening. Septum. Ah. Septum blinks a couple of times before fixing her gaze on Septum. Of course not, Septum. I wouldn't want to rush you and jeopardize Clock's sacred bond with the garden. I don't like this entity. To ignore the discomfort, I focus on eating. And the other entities look at me in surprise, though they say nothing. The rest of the meeting passes without much fuss or glory. Oh, if we're the creator, we don't need a puppet. We don't need to eat. It's like a family gathering. Except that I'm the guest with no ties to anyone in the family. But somehow everyone respects it. The moment of farewell arrives. And all the entities affirm that they're very grateful for my intervention in the garden. Stressing that they will do whatever it takes to make me feel proud. I can sense the uncertainty radiating from them. Why say that? Didn't the creator feel proud and leave them because of it? How was their relationship with the former creator? Dwayne and Quatora have vanished together, leaving behind a trail of bright lights that blend together. The moment Tria vanishes, the room begins to change, transforming into the garden of Septum's domain. And only Septum and Sextum remain along with me. Septum, can we have a meeting tomorrow? Why not now? I have to go pray at the church. That's no longer necessary. Septum. Sextum looks at Septum with pain, and I wish I knew why. Alright, we'll talk tomorrow, but I'll come visit you. Without saying another word, Sextum lowers her head in farewell and leaves, walking out the door. There's silence between them. Septum glances at you sideways. He feels a weight has been lifted off you, and you realize it's because Septum has regained his seventh eye. What? Clock! You're bound to me once again. Septum turns to face you. Welcome back, Clock. Slowly raises his hand to touch your forehead. Good night, Clock. See you tomorrow. Your vision begins to blur. Suddenly you stop hearing the faint ambient sounds. Okay. Days pass slowly in Septum's domain, where all you can do is eat and sleep. Septum barely interacts with you. He prefers spending most of his time in the library, convinced he hasn't slept in ages, and you suspect that while you sleep he remains absorbed in his reading. The few times you've seen him, you've noticed a disturbing change in his appearance. His hands are entirely black, just like your hands, and you've lost some sensation there. But there's nothing to worry about, Clock. Your hands still work. Let's search for him. Yeah, fuck going to sleep. You're getting bored. You need to speak with Septum, whether to resolve some pending issues or simply for his company. Having decided that, you head to the library, intent on facing him directly. When you arrive, you find him with his hands on his head, overwhelmed by stress. It's odd to see him like this. It's clear that Septum is used to controlling everything, and anything beyond his grasp seems to overwhelm him. Make yourself noticed. You gently knock on the ajar library door. Septum looks up, his gaze fixed on you, his expression silently questioning what you want and why you dare to interrupt him. I suppose it's been a long time without anything interesting, Clock. Pauses for a prolonged moment as if assessing your presence, then adds with a slight smile. Go ahead. I grant you permission to proceed. Won't it harm you? Without broken bones or an outrageously disproportionate death? You don't believe it. I don't trust it. We should go back. Enter! You enter the room slowly, carefully controlling every movement so as to not disturb anything. No abrupt movements and neither too fast nor too slow a pace. You approach his desk but hesitate. Should you sit? The answer comes quickly. No, not without his permission. You know the nature of the blonde, while defying his rules, even accidentally, could have serious consequences. Hey, Cheese. Hey, no worries, man. You don't want to die over something you could easily have avoided if you had been more attentive. Sit down. You do, though. Inside you can't help but feel slight resentment. Reluctantly, if I may add. Yeah, you missed yesterday's stream. We got the rest of the endings in Look Outside. It was fun. Tell me, what do you need? The hands of my puppet? You look terrible. Okay, well, this is definitely a save. The hands of my puppet. Let's start with that. The hands of my puppet. That wouldn't be a problem if I could find the solution quickly. The more days pass, the more your puppet will rot. Is there anything I can do? No. That's why I need to find another solution for the transfusion. If I don't, we'll be damned. Yeah, I had to look up a guide. I could only get 4 endings total on my own, and then I had to look up a guide because I couldn't figure out how to get the rest. I'm not gonna lie, I could have gotten 5 of them, but I didn't realize waiting the 15 days would give me an ending. I didn't realize that would have been easy to get. But I did get 4 on my own, and then the other 4 we watched the video. And you'll be forced to abandon the game, since the puppet will die. Septum takes off the garment covering part of his wrist and arm. For some strange reason, it feels illegal to see that. His arm is also being consumed by the black color that only once adorned his fingers. Yeah, I could have gotten the gerbil endings. I could have gotten them, but I just had no clue. Like, there was no... There's, like, literally, I never once thought of offering the guinea pig. I tried offering, like, random stuff, and you couldn't do it, so... I was like, huh? His arm is also being consumed by the black color that only once adorned his fingers. We're in the same condition. Give me your hand. If it wasn't a question, Septum waits with his hand raised for you to give him yours. With some fear, you place your palm on his. The blonde man grabs your hand and squeezes it while examining it. With his thumb, he traces imaginary lines that occasionally stop to trace a new one elsewhere. You avert your gaze to focus on the face of the 7th. His sky-colored eyes are focused intently on the movement of his finger. And despite the pressure his hand exerts on yours, you don't feel the slightest tickle. Do you feel that? No. A subtle smile graces Septum's lips, causing a shiver to run through your body. Gradually the pressure increases, but you can't remove your hand. You won't give him the satisfaction of seeing your terror, neither on your face nor in your actions, since it doesn't hurt. Septum squeezes harder and harder, slowly but progressively. The feeling of pressure slowly transforms into pain. You're sure your bones will give in at any moment unless you manage to break free from his grip. There comes a point where you can't take it anymore and yank your hand away to make it clear that that's enough. But Septum doesn't let you. Is something wrong, Clock? Let him break it. Let him break it. You let Septum break your wrist because you want to know what will happen if he does. Clock. Septum lifts his gaze to look at your face, smiling sweetly, stopping the pressure increase, but maintaining it. I wish you could see the face your puppet is making right now. It really hurts, and it doesn't want the fate being imposed on it. It's almost as if it were one of ours. But still, it won't do anything to change it, just to please you. I'm impressed by your puppet's conviction, Clock. Tries to fulfill each of your commands, regardless of its integrity. I have to give it that recognition. There's a brief silence before the blonde decides how to continue this interaction. Yeah, the puppet really has let me get himself killed multiple times. Septum guides your hand to his face, his lips gentle brushing against your knuckles, and he watches you. I wonder what expression you'll have. Disgust, embarrassment, neutrals, Septum smiles and plants a kiss on you, a tender and delicate contact. Without further ado, Septum releases you and puts you back on the garment covering his arm. You look terrible. Septum looks at you with narrowed eyes. Me? No. It's this mortal body's fault. Believe me, my intention is not to break it, but we are against time. When I find the solution, I'll let it rest for as long as it wants. About Mother. You tell him about what happened while you were asleep. Septum listens to you without interrupting or giving an opinion. Will you explain more, Septum's face takes on an air of sadness. Although at one point during your explanation, Septum lifts his hand, silently asking you to stop. We'll talk about this later. I have other things to solve first. When I find a way for us to join without endangering your experience or mine, we'll solve Mother's problem. But I will keep it in mind. Goodbye. Was that all? Wait, one more thing. About the transfusion, you've done a good job so far. I feel like that's important. You've done a good job so far. Septum looks at you with a frown, but in his expression there's something else you can't identify. It's as if he's having an internal debate where he can't win or think of an appropriate reaction for the situation. He definitely didn't expect this. Heh, take that, old man. Septum opens his mouth to scream and surely cause your organs to explode like water balloons. You prepare to die, taking a final breath. Leave. Get out of here. Before I cut your head off. He doesn't even give you the chance to make a decision as he teleports you to the room where you sleep. Next time we could call him a good boy and see how he reacts. I'm gonna call him baby girl. Just to annoy him a little. Puppet's getting a little angsty. You lie in bed thinking that tomorrow will just be another day like the ones you've had. You have to wait until Septum achieves what he seeks to do, see something more interesting. No matter how many hours pass, you can't fall asleep. You wonder if it's due to the constant light and lack of darkness that makes it unclear when it's time to sleep. You figure a stroll through the temple wouldn't hurt. Perhaps if you move a bit, sleep will eventually come. You wander the temple corridors, deliberately avoiding the library, because you really don't want to disturb Septum any further. You don't want to lose any part of your body today. As you pass by the altar room, you hear murmurs. You think you hear Septum's voice coming from there, sounding agitated. You approach to see if it really is him. Try to move as delicately as possible so as to not disturb the atmosphere, as Septum would surely notice any conspicuous sounds. It might be saved. I've been working hard to find a solution. Sorry. Father, please, we're all praying for you. Everyone is asking for your return. Septum isn't angry because you took her humans, and I promise that Nulla regrets having done that to you. It's nothing personal with you, it's just that you remind him of... He's praying. You peek your head out, and there he is, the blonde, kneeling before the altar, with both hands clasped together as if supplicating. Now from this distance you can discern what those murmurs mean. It's such a strange sight that you don't know how to react. Let's stay and listen. Yeah, let's stay and listen. Let's go to page 10. Stay and listen. Septum takes a breath, meditating, and now, still with his hands clasped together, looks up at the sky and speaks. I don't know your name. Nulla has never been willing to tell me, but please, manifest yourself, and know you're here, one way or another. I understand that your puppet doesn't want you to come back here, but I still miss it. I long to see him again and speak with him to soothe my heart. I understand his hatred for Nulla and his condemnation, but don't you think that's too much already? I know you can undo what the Demiurge has done and bring him back. I know you can do a lot of things. Promise to do things right this time. I promise not to bore you. I promise to fulfill everything your puppet asks, and I promise to be yours. I promise to do things right this time. As long as you bring him back and grant us a peaceful life. I don't want any changes. I prefer that everything goes back to the way it was before. What the hell? That sounds pathetic. But if you don't fix the garden, I'll be forced to replace it. And you too, change its owner. Clock seems to be a good candidate. After all, they're still here. I could give them control and the rights to everything within the garden. Even if it means eliminating every trace of father in yours. So please, manifest yourself if you don't want me to do it. Septum waits for a long time, but there's no response of any kind. Realizing he has been ignored, he slowly rises and looks at the candle on the ceremonial table. Loser moment. Septum rises and sighs as he fixes his hair. Then he places both hands behind his back to look in the direction where you're hidden. Do you know that eavesdropping is a tremendous sign of disrespect? You've seen me like this, and I don't like it. Startled, you fall into your rear. It's obvious, very obvious, that Septum knows you're here. Crawl backwards when you see Septum beginning to advance slowly towards you. You know, I think you do it on purpose. You seek out these moments, either to know what will happen, because you enjoy watching this puppet suffer. It's a little bit of both, honestly. At this point, it's a little bit of both that I want to see. You're no better than me. You're a sadistic entity. You're paralyzed, unsure if it's out of fear because Septum has immobilized you in one way or another. Septum's feet are dangerously close to your left hand. That is to say, who would like to see? Septum places his foot on your hand, gently brushing the back of your hand with the sole of his shoe, as if to warn you of what he'll do. This? I honestly believe you do it because... It doesn't have any real consequence on your integrity, Clock. You don't care what happens to your puppet, and unfortunately, neither do I. I could easily crush its hand. After all, I think it won't be so necessary in the future. But today I feel merciful. Septum laughs. The power dynamic between you and the puppet fascinates me. We both know that the puppet will do everything you tell it to do. So what will you do? I'm not protecting the puppet, apparently. Nothing. Wow, so you really want to see it. Ha! Well, who am I but a host, trying to make the guest feel comfortable enough to stay. The pressure on your hand intensifies, quickly turning into pain. Septum applies more weight and twists the sole of his shoe against your hand. Unable to move, you can only cry out in pain, and you're sure that if more time passes, your bones will break, if they're not already broken. You look up, because you can't bear to watch your hand being destroyed in a matter of minutes. Though things aren't much better for you, Septum's expression is strange. His gaze is fixed on your eyes rather than your hands, as if searching for something in them that he still cannot find. He's smiling more than usual, and his cheeks are slightly flushed with pink. I can't believe I have control over a being like you. It's a shame it's only because you're connected to the puppet. I would love to see how you would really react if this situation happened to you. Would you just cry or fight me? Septum laughs euphorically. A being from the higher plane under my power. Crack! You hear something break, and you instantly know it's your hand. The pain is so immense that you lose consciousness instantly. A few days pass after that, and you begin to notice something strange about Septum. Now he avoids you as much as he can. The library remains permanently closed, and every time you knock on the door, Septum tells you to leave. But that's not the strange part. The strange thing is his tone or voice. It's not what you expect, and it sounds weaker and lower with each passing moment, and you fear that at some point you won't get a response. Oh, because he's turning more... ruh-roh. One morning you were awakened by Septum, who is standing at the foot of the bed. Smiling, but he no longer looks as angelic as before. He has dark circles that look as if they're tattooed onto his face in black ink. You suppose he hasn't slept in days. Water. Perhaps he's been too busy reading and searching for whatever it is he seeks in the books of his library. I think I now know what the problem is. Huh? What is he talking about? The identity of your puppet prevents me from establishing the bond. We need a completely empty body to join. You can't start this madness so early, please. You haven't even had your breakfast, and Septum has already begun his antics. Whether you're grateful he isn't commanding you in that harsh tone he usually uses, not today. Today he appears anxious and distressed. We have to do it now. Let's go. This time, Septum doesn't teleport you to your destination. Instead, he prefers to walk. But his way of walking is slow, as if he struggles or feels pain moving. At this rate, they'll arrive tomorrow. Ask if he needs help. Yeah, you need a hand, buddy. Septum pauses his walk and turns his head to look at you. His brows furrow, sealing your fate. You shouldn't have asked that. Do you intend to help me? For a fraction of a second, you notice his eyebrows rising, evoking an expression you never would have imagined seeing. He looks vulnerable. Although that look is almost instantly erased. Me. Yes, as if he didn't believe it. You can lean on me if you need to. Septum does not respond verbally. He simply closes his eyes and inhales through his nose before drawing closer to you. But he deigns not to give you anything more than that, choosing instead to wait for you to react and accept it. He looks uncomfortable. It's clear he doesn't like the position he's in. Vulnerable and with no choice but to depend on you. With slow movements and making sure to show him your hands at all times, Septum watches you intently. Slowly, you wrap one of your arms around his waist. And that's all the blonde needs to tense his body. Ugh. Septum places his hand on top of yours and squeezes it weakly, as if unsure of what to do next. You sense that he is not accustomed to physical contact, or perhaps he can feel some kind of pain. But if it hurt him, he wouldn't even have let you touch him. No, let go of me. Without further ado, he releases your grasp, and in the process his ankle twists from a misstep. If it weren't for his reflexes, he would already be on the ground. You simply stare at him. It feels strange to see him without that grace he usually exudes in his movements. As if nothing had happened, Septum brings his hands together. Doing so, both of you are teleported. You both appear in the altar room, but you don't get a chance to inspect as you see Septum fall to the ground. As you watch him there, pathetically on the ground, you hear him cough and try to clear his throat. Once he has nothing left to cough, Septum freezes. Truly believe he must feel some degree of shame at being seen in such a state, so human. Oh, it feels liberating to see him like this. Sorry, this body can't take it anymore. He rises with difficulty, gives you a quick glance. Ha! There are traces of blood on his lips and chin. It's serious. Seeing him bleed is as bizarre as thinking that Septum might actually die. Can he even die? Perhaps his physical body can. As best as he can, he makes his way to the candle that adorns the ceremonial altar table. He touches the dome, giving it a solemn look, as if he wanted to feel its warmth up close. The answer was always here. It is part of Father. His flesh is here. Material of a primordial god. We will use it to create a completely divine body. Septum offers you his hand and awaits your response. I know you still have many doubts, but I promise that when we join together, you will know everything. Without the need for me to explain it to you, you will see everything through my eyes. We will become one and leave behind these finite bodies. What will happen to the bodies? Mine will gain its individuality. Yours, unfortunately, will have to die. I cannot risk any trace of Nulla's walking through the garden. What? Do you suppose I'm from Nulla? You're mistaken, I only serve Clock. I don't suppose, I know it. My eye sensed it when I bonded with you. He has access to you, and once you set your eyes on him, it will be the beginning of the end. You must let go of Clock. No, Clock, don't do this to me. Septum looks at you in silence. You have to do something to let them live? Nah, I'm good. I cannot risk the garden. I admire how loyal your puppet is to you, but I don't know if Nulla can take control of it. I prefer to avoid future problems. Septum begins to cough again. We must hurry, or he will die. Is he referring to his puppet? Oh? Give me your hand. You grasp his hand tightly, and Septum begins to recite chants in words you cannot understand. Father, with this sacred body, I shall fulfill my ultimate will for a new age without your presence or condemnation. I will take both souls and merge them into one, creating divinity in body and soul, and forgive us our offenses. Something in the room changes. Space gradually disappears, leaving behind an absolute white, where only you, Septum, and the candle remain. Gradually, that white begins to mutate. Oh, by the way, hello, Zuri. Good to see you again. Giving rise to small flashes of light and dust. Candle expands its form with each passing minute, stretching out abnormally. Ugh, what the hell is happening? What the fuck? Searching for a form, searching for a figure. Searching for the perfect form of a human body. Hi, Zasoda. Transfer the eyes of this greater entity into a new body. You feel an intense pain in your eyes, as if they were being pressed against your skull, as if they were burning them, as if they were being torn out by force. Transfer my essence into this new body, and let us become one. You stop seeing. You stop hearing. Everything turns black. I just got flashbanged. What the fuck? Ah! A blinding light floods your mind, relentless and unyielding. It's irritating, and the only way to escape it is to open your eyes. But it's incredibly difficult, as if something is still holding you back from doing so. Try, but to no avail. Your eyes refuse to obey your commands. Till something, a spark, runs through your entire body from your feet to your head. Glock, this is going to hurt a little. You hear Septum's voice, but not through your ears. No, his voice originates inside your mind, as if he's speaking directly into your thoughts. You don't have time to focus on the voice, as your skin begins to burn. Feel it tearing apart slowly, painfully, and torturously. Hi, Noli. Visitor wouldn't subject us to this foolishness. The visitor would not. Then your entire body starts to change. Feel bones and organs exploding and forming inside you, replacing those that have any imperfections. You want to scream, but you hold it in. Just when you think the worst is over, you feel your heart tear over and over again. With each attempt, it's never satisfying, never turning out the way you want. No, it has to be perfect. I'd like to ask... Oh, yeah. Join the Discord and post them in game suggestions. It's not a guarantee, but I'm always open to game suggestions. Just make sure to put them in game suggestions in the Discord, because I will forget very easily. And there's no guarantee I'll play it. But sometimes I will. You try once more, and that's it. You open your eyes, and your vision is... All you can see is the blinding white of your mind. Fear creeps in. It's strange to see with these eyes. Something is terribly wrong. We're still not fully synced. You look at your hands, and... They're Septum's hands, but they no longer have that distinctive black hue. You're in Septum's body. Do you like it? Though we won't be like this for long. Now that we have the Creator's power, I can create you an entirely new body. Physically separate from mine, but connected in soul. But I need time. In the meantime, we could say that I'm your puppet now. You can use me the same way you used your old one. How lovely. End of Act 2. Wow, okay. I'm gonna save. So that's an end of Act 2. Okay. The process of elaboration. You'll have to wait a while to find out how this ends. So that was end of Act 2 for wow. Let's try this time being nice. Protect the puppet. The music didn't change. What the fuck? Impressive. I suppose you have some affection for them. Septum bends down and grabs you by the jaw, forcing you to look him in the eyes. Slowly approaches you, and for a moment you think he will kiss you, but his lips move to your ear, brushing against your skin. I would love to have this power over you, Clock. Too bad you're out of my reach. Septum lets you go and stands up. Get out of here and lets your puppet rest. When Septum leaves the altar, you regain control of your body. Without a second thought, you return to your room. Keep walking. Watch him walk slowly. With every step, you have to pause for a few seconds so as to not outpace Septum. His feet tremble with every contact with the floor, as if they were in danger of buckling. They're not moving forward at all. Septum has also noticed that. Sighing heavily, he brings his hands together. In doing so, you're both teleported. Okay, well, what happened to the bodies? You have to do something to let them live. Do you care about the puppet? Please, I'm trying to help you. Don't let them die. Maybe we can think of something. Septum begins to cough again. We must hurry, or he will die. Oh. Okay, never mind. That's the same. Okay, that's the same ending. Okay. So the only thing I can think of... That was 10, right? Yeah, that was 10. Is, The deal. Yes, this. So I can do this. If I lie to cover up the puppet, will he just kill us? Yes. The idea is that the puppets can obtain energy to function properly, both mine and yours. Do you have a puppet? Something like that. Septum begins to approach you, his angelic face an antithesis to the aura he transmits. Yeah, it's death. Okay. Look, I really want you to understand... Wait, what? Oh, this is just what happened earlier. Okay, never mind. It's just a different route. It didn't change anything. Okay. So let's go back to that one. And let's use the knife. Oh, wait, no. I did use the knife. Where is the choice, actually? Yes. Oh, there we go. Reject and summon Raphael. This is what we meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Yeah, that one. Cannot invoke his name. Impossible to do it without your tongue. So you only have two options. Aw, man. I don't have a tongue. I have to go back. When did I lose my tongue? Here? Was it here that I lost my tongue? Lie to cover up the puppets. Reject and summon Raphael. You prepare to say his name, praying to every kind deity that this works. Well, if not, Septum will kill you. I want an audience with Raphael. What? Septum falls to the floor as if an invisible weight fell on top of him when pronouncing the name of his counterpart, and you stay there waiting for something to happen, but his body doesn't react. Crouch down to get a better look to confirm whether you've killed him or if something else is happening. Is that an ending? Oh, lovely. In progress of elaboration. You'll have to wait a bit to have this date. Oh, that's cool. Wait. Wait. I'm gonna do that again. Just... Okay, give me a second. Let me just get back to that point. Okay, save. I just want to save on this one. Just so I have that one. Okay. So now I really don't know what else I could do. Because I think that's it. Until Act 2 is out. We did all of his that I could think of. Pretty much did all of his that I could think of too. Well, maybe actually... Wait. Do you need Nulla? Yeah. Load. Do you need Nulla? Yes. I'm right. We need Nulla. I don't know. Investigate the doors. Go to the back. Back door. To the front door. I wonder if this matters if we pick the Nulla, maybe? Just the key. Answer. What's your name? Can't say. What if you write down? I'm not allowed to do anything that reveals my name. If I do, I will die. Oh, lovely. Okay. Wait until lunch. I'm just going to be skipping a lot. In silence. No. Alright. In this way makes the food. Okay. Situation very uncomfortable. There might be nothing until Act 2. Investigate the doors. Stay here. Search the documents. Use the key. Find something to kill Septum with. Look for Septum puppets. Yes. Wait for Septum. Lie to cover up the puppets? I don't know. I don't know if anything's different. I think that's all I can do right now, I think. That seems to be all I can do, I guess, for now. I can load this up. If I hit this, it's just going to make me go back to the original game. He's so funny, that guy. And this one too. Load up. Follow Nulla. Oh, the game closed. The game closed. Of course it did. Of course it did. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I remember it doing that a couple times. Yeah, I remember. I think it also opened up some, like, interesting, like, readme stuff. I think that's, like, all we could do with Nulla, like, right now. Yeah, and then this opens, and it opens a little message. And it opens like a little text file that just says, "Don't abandon me. Don't forget me." And then it closes the game. So I don't know if there's anything else to do with Nulla, but for now I think we're done. Oh, that made my saves come back. That's funny. Nope, they're all the same. They're all the same save. That's interesting. Huh. Well, I think that's everything I can do for now until Act 3, guys. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think that's everything. I think that's everything. Oh man, that you know, it happens. This is a good game. It's very interesting. I won't lie, it's confusing. It is confusing. It's interesting because it's so meta. It's so like Nulla, this guy, he knows who you are. He knows you're a player. Unum has no idea. Unum has like no freaking clue what you are. He just thinks you're a human. And then there's hey, you should look at that. I am looking at you in the eyes, bitch. I tried to date you and then you closed my game. So, and then Septum knows what you are. I'd love to see where this all ends in Act 3. I think Act 3 will answer a lot of questions. It's just, that's not out right now. So I at least have my part 1. I have my part 2. So at least we have our bases covered for when it comes out. But it's like Unum has no clue what's going on. Septum is trying to save the game, and Nulla is trying to delete the game, essentially destroy it, put them all, like, finish this. So it's interesting to see how to work. Who is Raphael? Raphael is Septum's puppet, the human, basically. He's not really a human, but yeah, I guess he's a human. He's kind of like a human. Thank you for finishing it. I don't mind. And yeah, it gets a little confusing for stuff like that. So you, the player character in the game, and you control a puppet. We don't know our puppet's name, our human's name. We don't know him. Septum, a lot of Septum's route is like torturing your human puppet and showing you that the human has a mind of his own, you know? Your puppet. And then also just saw the VOD for your last stream. Sybil wasn't pulled out because she looked outside. She looked outside the day it started and before. Yeah, I explained that. I talked about that. I talked about that. I said it. That's the reason that the visitor came, is that she looked outside. But I assume that the visitor takes her no matter what, I think. Okay, that's a different game. I don't want to focus on this one for a second. I like the different directions each route goes. Yeah, it's completely different. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, the different routes. Feels like a completely different game for every route. And yeah, I think my favorite is Septum's, actually. I don't know, I haven't been able to see much of Nulla's. I feel like there's more to Nulla and I just can't figure it out right now. I don't really know how we can get more to Nulla's routes. But maybe someone else can tell me in the future. Or maybe I'll probably do it when Act 3 comes out. I'll probably redo the route and see what I can do differently. But I feel like I did everything when I was doing his routes. I don't know, for sure. But anyways, I like Septum a lot. Unum is cool. Unum's funny. He's like a golden retriever. Yeah, cannibal golden retriever boy. So I like Unum's route because it's so chill. It's just so like nothing matters. And then I like Septum's route the most just because I feel like it's like unlocking the most lore kind of thing. It feels like the most amount of stuff is actually happening. Whereas Nulla's routes, I actually aesthetically like Nulla the most. But his route just feels weird. It just feels weird. Feels like I shouldn't have started with Nulla's route. Does that make sense? It feels like I should have been ending on Nulla's routes, but whatever. Whatever, shrugs. The game kind of pointed me in his direction, though, because it had, like, a lot of his options were, like, highlighted / like, jittering. It was jumping in the deep end. Yeah, it was really jumping in the deep end, like, right away. Starting with Nulla's route. So we'll see what happens when Act 3 comes out. Maybe there's more to Nulla, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Anyways, with that, I'm clocking out. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Clock, if you forgot, and if you haven't already, please clock that like button and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. If you're new here, if you like visual novels, dating sims, horror games, indie games, I play games every day on my YouTube channel, and we stream almost daily on the Twitch, so please follow, subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I think you'll enjoy your time with me, okay? Join the Clockwork Conductor, or the Clockwork Express today. That's what we're calling the group, the Clockwork Express workers, okay? Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you next time in the next video. Peace.